Welcome to part two. It was Salombo Colombe who gave Obama game his first defeat. He beat him twice, but Frank Grant did beat him. But yeah, good era that one. It Kent. Kent, are we on? We appear to have lost Kent. One of words gone. Is that you, Kent? Okay, you there, mate? I can see you. Hello, Kent. Kent's got his serious game on now. Kent is in front of the camera. Can't hear you, Kent. You know when I point to me ear, it means I can't hear you. Yeah. You there, mate? You can't hear me. Well, it's your end, mate, not mine. It's you, not me. Oh, what are you doing to me, Ken? Nobody's touched out since part one. So embarrassing, this, isn't it?
Got
Ken,
it. Got it.
Okay, Ken, let me just put it in reverse, Ken, because I was just about to put it in turbo boost. I'll reverse back into the garage now. And that much does it for me, Ken, to for Ed to go. You know you're going to copy it, Ken, with me stopping him babysitting on a Friday night. Anyway, Ken, I was saying to all the boxing hardcores about that era, that Bama Graham era, that middleweight era, Mike McCallum, all them guys. Salombo Colombe, that fantastic, wasn't it? They'd go
For
through
me,
so could you imagine them fighting this lot today?
I watched a fight the other night there, and it was basically
Howard Eastman, throw him into the mix as well. Howard Eastman, he's a geezer.
Howard Eastman, for me, is one of my favorite fighters of all time. The Battersea Bomber. You know, he lived in a railway station for a couple of years. He lived in the streets. Yeah. And then he got a flat and he turned it into like a bird aviary. But what a fighter he was. What a great fighter. British, Commonwealth, European champion. He fought William Joppy for the WBA title.
Well, Hopkins.
And it was on the Lennox Lewis Hassim Rahman rematch. And he dropped Joppy in the last round, probably the last seconds of the last round of the fight. And he lost a split decision. What a great fighter. He really pushed Hopkins. He gave Hopkins absolute nightmares. McHennessy signed him. McHennessy had him for.
Brock's turned pro. He was sparring partner for years for Eastman, and he said it were hard as out when he was turned pro. You know, sparring him.
And I'm sure there was some sparring stories there, and there was talk of I don't know how true this is, but it was Steve Collins signed to fight Joe Calzaghe, and they brought in Howard Eastman for sparring, and Eastman knocked him out in sparring. And
he was red hot then, though. He was from money at one point when he was red hot, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was British, Commonwealth, European champion, beating everyone, and he got a really good
run. He was
run.
him out the Hopkins. Mick Hennessy had to sue him, didn't it? WBC.
They had to kick and scream to get
him in court. Yeah, shit the pants.
Get that fight, but it was great at that time because he had domestic TV behind him. He was on terrestrial TV with Mick Hennessy, and Mick was putting a lot of great shows on at the time. But Eastman's a class act. It was kind of sad to see Eastman go down that journeyman route, you know, at the end of his career, and he moved back home and had a lot of meaningless fights, and he kind of went on that journeyman phase of his career at the end, which it's kind of sad because you don't want to see fighters like that with loads of losses on their record. But for me, Howard Eastman was just a class above anybody at that time. Like he was amazing.
He beat Big Earn, didn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah,
Rob McCracken.
yeah. That was a great fight. That was actually on. I think that was on BBC at the time, wasn't it?
Rob ended up training him, didn't he? Big Earn.
Yeah, I think. I actually think that was a Hennessy show. Russell, was it?
I can't remember, but I know Robert McCracken ended up training him, and I know he lost to Howard Eastman.
Yeah,
He ended up
he
making
he,
it.
he was one of the first fighters that Rob trained at the time. I remember Rob was training that couple of fighters from that class. You know, there
The
was Matthew.
2002, Matthew
Yeah,
Furwell, Alf Roch, and all that lot. Yeah.
Matthew Thurwell was another brilliant fighter. I was really frustrated with him. You know, I thought he was going to be, you know, a good British
I
level,
did.
European
I did.
level, really exciting fighter. And then
Lee
he
Meager, did he
had
train Lee Meager as well?
Lightning Lee Meager, that's right. And he had David Walker as well.
Dave Walker as well. He will beat Spencer Fear, and they had a good fight, him and Spencer, didn't they?
What a great fight that was. That was on BBC. That was on BBC, and that was that.
He had
Remember
like a
Jim?
David A style, didn't he? That Spencer Fear, you know, that Adam Bull
Well,
crouching sort of big man,
Spencer
didn't
was trained by Adam Booth at the time.
he? Yeah.
They were trained. They were training out of that fifth space gym in London. You know, I think that was one of Adam Booth's first fighters he trained. But I remember Jim Neely doing the commentary for that fight, and it was absolutely brilliant fight. I think it was for an area belt, Russell.
Yeah.
Brilliant fight.
Well, yeah, it was a good fight. Obviously the big nose, isn't it? Tyson Fury against Usyk, Alexander Usyk. What do you think to it all, Ken? What's your take on it?
I think people are actually getting sick of it. I was in work today, and everyone just asked me every day about Usyk and Fury, and there's a lot of people that over the last few years I maybe would have fell out with, uh, because they're massive Tyson Fury fanboys, and
Hmm.
you know they couldn't see any wrong, they couldn't see any Tyson, you know, doing anything wrong, and basically now they're starting to see my point of view, and people are just like getting sick of it. You know, 70-30 split. Yes, I'll take that, no problem. Dead on. Now the whole rematch thing, it just looks like it's a fight that's just getting further and further away. Now, the only positive the last few days that I can see is that Sugar Hill has joined camp with Tyson. Now, I know he's coming back to the UK to finish off the training with a Coley, but that's the only saving grace the last week. So there could be some, maybe they're just going to go in the camp regardless if they fight Usyk or not.
Mm. Who have you got in the fight, Ken? Tyson or Alexander?
See, the longer it's gone on, and the more they're talking, and the more the stumbling blocks, and the more the negativity, something's just telling me about Usyk. Now, I'm probably going to get slaughtered in the comment section, but Tyson has a really good IQ. His boxing ring IQ is second to none. His understanding of boxing, whether it's the history, the business, or the physiology of it, he's he's a super IQ. But so's Alexander Usyk. He's the fresher fighter. I think. I think he over the last maybe 5 years hasn't had the wear and tear that Tyson Fury has. You know, whether it's out of the ring and in the ring with the Deontay Wilder fight. So I'm looking at Usyk as a highly skilled technician with a massive ring IQ. He lives a Spartan life. Just something's telling me that Usyk's gonna win this fight.
Is it? Is that what you're going to go for, Ken?
I'm gonna put. I'm not gonna sit in the fence. Uh, you know, Tyson Fury is really, really good at winning fights. You know, you look at the fight in Germany against Klitschko. He done the Klitschko what Klitschko done and everyone else. It was a role reversal. It was a great performance. He was obviously with Peter at the time. He had a completely different style now. You have alluded to the fact that he's getting a bit older. He's wearing tear. So you're basically
He can't implement that Vladimir win in that style against
no,
this guy, because
no,
this guy's seen all that, and he's seen every
yeah.
style.
It's you know he's seen every style from
He don't even
an
look.
amateur.
He don't even look bothered by any of it, does he?
No, and you have said that Tyson's Fury style has changed. I wouldn't say evolved, but I would say it's changed over the years where he's punching a bit more now. He's 19, 20 stone, so you would like to think that he's punching, but if the ring's big, if it's a big ring, I just favor Usyk. I just see something in Usyk. I just see somebody that is a lot more focused at the minute. He's not focused on money. He's not focused on purse splits. He's not
Got a
focused
bit of
on
class on
rematch.
it. Oh, so can he? Ken? He's got a bit of class
He,
on it.
he's a proper he's a gentleman. So I just see a more focused fighter. I'm going to go for it right now. I'm going to go with Usyk. I could be completely wrong. You know, there's two guys in there, so it's 50-50. But just this week, just tells me that maybe Tyson doesn't want it as much as he's letting on he wants it.
You know, if Big John and Tyson said they were coming to kill you, and Usyk said they were coming to kill you, who would you believe out them three?
Well, yeah, you know what comes out of John's mouth, like you know, but
If Usyk said they were coming for you, you'd want to run, wouldn't you?
he's that he's a ruthless type of personality, cerebral. You know, he's a cerebral assassin. You know, he's just completely focused. He's got that. He lives that Spartan life. He's had that. He's been that athlete for 20 years. He's been that programmed. He's been a programmed machine of a really good amateur system for the last 20 years. He sparred every style. He's beat every style. He's won everything as an amateur, and he's won everything as a pro. So how could you you bet against him?
What do you think to all Romans doing rounds that their training regimes are pretty brutal, you know, on them as teenagers and stuff, you know, over there?
Well, it goes way back. It goes way back to that Eastern Bloc mentality. You know, it's
I can
there's
run up
no
mountains with bare feet and that, wasn't it? And snow and all that.
boots and sleeping on the floor. And I read an article before that they train in this like this big abandoned leisure center, in the big gymnasium court, and all the punch bags and the boxing ring and the weights
When
and
Dave Allen got
everything.
out there, he was telling people, he was like, his eyes were popping out on that. I mean, Usyk were keeping on straw, wasn't he, in a barn, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's
See that?
complete. It's complete Spartan. It
And
goes
you know,
back to
funny thing
Rocky.
about it is, you know, the funny thing about it is, I was laughing, I'm at the show, we're laughing, we're in our pants over this, because when Dave Allen went out, then he got when he was with Dennis, they got him sparring, didn't they, with Vladimir? And they picked him up in Audi Q7s and all them, you know, them with things on roofs and that, you know, ski things. They went out into
Yeah,
the Alps and all that, and it's the big, massive 7-star log hotel resort. It was worth 30, 40 million. But have you seen it? You've seen it on that Sky thing, haven't
yeah,
you? It's massive, isn't
yeah.
it? Where they stayed, and there's like butlers and 7-star food, and you can eat what you want, make a piggy and we can imagine Dave, can't you, going from Conisbrough to there. After a week, they said we paid him 1,500 quid, sent them on his way. That's what they're paying you. Richard Towers were out there, Dylan White. So and you look how they train, and can you imagine Dave when he got to Usyk's camp? He must have thought, what's going on here? After
No,
Vladimir, you know, it's saunas and masseurs and all that, and all high-tech equipment. and then we're here at Usex, and do you know what I mean, kind of thing.
It's completely Spartan life. There's no self-service gourmet food there. Like that's the thing that kind of sways me towards Usyk in this fight. He's just such a
It's Logan's
focused.
dad that trains him, isn't it?
Yeah, Papachenko. He's absolutely an outstanding coach, and
Have you
they
noticed how
have.
their footwork's very similar, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, and it's
Now, in
it's
first round, they set 6 to 8. I've studied it with other people. 6 to 8 little things they do. They always feel them out early on, don't they? Just to see what, and then the brain takes it in, doesn't it?
I love what they do with the lead hand. I watch that. I just love watching how they use the lead hand. It kind of
Like
it
fencing.
fence it fences and blinds, and it kind of takes away the focus of everything else. It's such a great weapon. It's
You know what? I might even put my Usyk top on in a minute.
Yeah, we're team Usyk tonight, Russell. But
The team Usyk,
Stig's
aren't we?
Stig's gonna hate us tonight, so he is.
Oh.
Stig.
Oh, that's it. Stig. I'm glad you've reminded me. Stig's sent me a video he wants to put out. I haven't seen it yet. Hang on, have a
Stig's
look.
gonna be hitting me tonight.
I hope it's not rude, Stiggy. Have a look.
The Stig will be the Stig will have a picture of my face and he'll be throwing darts at it.
Can't be that one. 14 seconds, surely.
There you go, Russ. I just went to the hygienist. God, I needed to. I think it's flipping heck. I haven't been to the hygienist for years. Look at that.
It's not that one. Hang on a minute. Where's this
Definitely
video?
not.
He hasn't sent me it. Is this it? Hang on a minute.
Russ? Yeah. Love you.
It's off his head. Stig, send me that video that you wanted me to put out about your comeback. Something about coming back, innit?
He's good character. I like Stig.
It's funny, isn't it? Stig, send me that video. I'm online now with Kent. And I'll put it on now, Stiggy. Or send me a fresh one now. Or while I'm filming with Kent. 'Cause I keep forgetting, don't I? Things. All right. I don't know where his video is. Sent me a video. He sends me stuff all the time, but it's funny, Stig. He's all right, actually. Good bloke.
He's good. He's a good personality.
He takes a bit of banter on chin like you, Kent. Speaking of banter, Kent, how's your love life?
I've said this before on camera. I'm not going to tell you on camera. I'll just get rinsed either way. Just get absolutely rinsed.
Well, let me give you some advice, Kent, because I'm old enough to be your dad. Right, you know when you go on a date, Kent, what you do? First of all, get some jeans on, get a leather jacket on, Kent, a leather jacket. Get I mean, get an hat on, get a turtleneck on, Kent. You know, a turtleneck, and you know what I mean. Don't wear an open neck shirt, Kent, because you're a slight looking guy. She'll think you're a climbing frame or something. Wear a turtleneck and make her laugh. All you gotta do is make it. Don't be coming out with any of that Dutch stuff. We're going Dutch. Look, ask her what she wants. She'll say half a lager, and you say, you know, a cola with straw. And get a straw like Mac, because you drink cola, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, get your cola, wear half a lager, sit down and make her laugh, Ken.
So what about the jeans?
She's got a leather jacket on now.
What about the jeans? Do they have to be ripped? Bleached?
I don't wear ripped ones now. Ripped are out now. Rips are for goonies, Kent. Now, if you've got rips in your jeans and you're a male, it's a no-no.
So the chinos are right then, Russell, then? Yeah.
Have you got chinos out? You want
What about a barber coat, Russell? I like I have a
You're not
collection
going
of
to turn
barber
up
coats.
in that barber coat. You look like some horse trader or something. Yeah.
Cheltenham horse
Wear a
trainer.
barber coat on a date, Ken. Just go casual. Don't a pair of jeans and sweater and a leather, don't you? Buy her a drink, make her laugh, and get a number. Don't make any moves on her first date, Ken. and get a number.
Well, I appreciate that advice, Russell. Thanks very much. I'll take it on board.
You're going to put it into practice next time you're in Sainsbury's, Ken. So watch for you in Sainsbury's aisle. Right, so we've covered that about Tyson and that in Usyk. But what do you think about the split, Ken? Do you think that's fair?
No, it's not. It shouldn't be about that. We've spoke about this. We spoke about this in the first video, whether it's social media, whether it's viewership. I think it should be about the fight, not the split all the time. If the fight's so important, why talk about the split? A 60-40 split, I thought would have been reasonable, but 70-30, isn't, for me, it doesn't seem a reasonable split for someone as decorated and successful.
Yeah, but do we care
as
about that?
Usyk.
The fight's happening, isn't it, really? So we shouldn't really care, should we, really?
But the other argument is there that Fury
he's got
has
5 belts and the other one's got 1.
The argument that they're going to use is the purse bid for weight, Fury, Wembley selling out, Cardiff selling out. It was Derek Chisora and Dillian White. They sold out
Looking at it from both sides of the fence, you could say that Tyson and Bricktop and Bob Arum, they've got a point, haven't they, really? That bigger draw, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And to be honest with you, they have to recoup some of that money that they spent in the purse bid.
Do you know what I'd like to have seen, Kent? I know it's purse bids. Well, we want other fight. We've got it. Forget what they're getting. They're going to get paid, right? They're risking their lives. But what I want to see is a 60-40 winner take all, because Usyk has got 5 belts, hasn't he? With the Ring Magazine belt, he's got all the other 4. Fury's got 1, so it's 5 belts against 1, but they both need each other. It's very rare with the WBC let these fights even happen, isn't it? These undisputeds, isn't it? They're usually stumbling block, aren't they?
Yeah.
But, so Usyk brings all them belts to the table. Fury brings 1, but Fury brings the noise, doesn't he? And it's his country and that. So I can see both sides.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I think 60-40 would have been better, but they could both argue for 60-40, couldn't they, really?
Yeah, he brings the razzmatazz. It's his country. He sells.
But the other one's the accomplished superstar, isn't he? Even though he's a quiet guy and that, and he's like
Usyk makes it undisputed because he's got all those other belts. Fury has 1 belt. He brings the razzmatazz, the bells and whistles, as they say. He has sold out, Wembley. He sold out Cardiff. So he financially sells a lot in the UK. He would probably make it, that pay-per-view event.
He's a big star now, Usyk over here now, isn't he? If Usyk fought in, it wasn't Fury, it would say an American or something. The Brits would come out for Usyk, wouldn't they? I think.
I think they would. I think, honestly, somewhere like MEN, he would sell out.
To see a modern day great, isn't it? It's like an Agler, isn't it, or a Leonard. It's one of them, or a Larry Holmes. You'd be like, we can't miss. Like Dennis always used to say to me, pay-per-view, Russ, it's supposed to be. We can't miss this fight. Get your foot down, love. You're not motivated where you are. We can't miss this. It's pay-per-view. Well, these are them sort of guys. Your Usyks. You know what I mean? Your modern day greats. The very few and far between. And he's coming to end of his career. So I can understand pay-per-views being dear as well. Can you?
I don't mind paying it. I want to see this fight. I think it's a massive fight. I think it's a monumental heavyweight fight. It's going to be the first 4-belt undisputed fight at heavyweight in the 4-belt era. Yeah. Usyk's already got that at cruiserweight. Imagine winning the 4-belt undisputed in 2 different weights. That would be unprecedented. That would be something that could probably never happen again with the way sanctioning bodies go, but it would be massive. I would actually love to go and see it. I would love to go to Wembley, get a ticket, and go and watch it and just be a part of that event. You know, I
If
wouldn't.
that event goes on, you've got to get Bricktop credit and you've got to get Tyson Fury credit if this fight happens.
If it happens, yeah, I hope. I hope. I don't want to be a cynic. I don't want to be negative. I'm talking to you, and you're talking to me as if it is happening. So we're not being cynical. So
No,
it would
nothing's
be
signed, is
brilliant.
it yet, Ken? Nothing's signed. What time is it now? 20 to 10 on a Friday night. And nothing's signed, Ken.
Next week it could be, you know, I think there's a lot of stumbling blocks. You've got other networks involved. Is Bob Arum involved in this? You've got Alex Kresnik involved. You've got Frank Warren. You've got BT. You've got the Furies. You know, there's a lot of egos there, especially on the A side. You know, on the A side. So personally, the rematch thing, I don't like seeing rematch clauses in undisputed fights or any real fight. I think it shows character if you're willing to go into a fight without a rematch clause,
Yeah, but
without
the
a
fans will
plan B.
determine if it needs a rematch, won't
You
we?
don't need a rematch clause. You know, if this fight sells out, which it will, and it probably does, 2 million.
Anyway,
What do you think? 2 million pay-per-view buys, 2.5 million.
they've got to aim for 2 million, haven't they? This undisputed, surely.
Yeah. So
It's on
you're
BT,
talking.
isn't it? BT.
Yeah, it's on BT. So you're talking 2.5 million. You've got the media machine of BT. You've got Talksport and be involved. It'll be on, terrestrial TV. Will be talking about it. Everybody will be talking about this. I think it'd be massive. So it's going to do well. And if it's a brilliant fight, and whoever wins, people will actually. It'll probably draw more
Two
the
guys at
second
top of
time.
the game. You know, we haven't had this since Ali Fraser, have we? Really, two guys at top of the game,
Yeah.
undefeated, going at it for undisputed. Let's get it on, 'cause we
I,
don't
I
get it.
need I need to actually correct myself. It was Ernie Terrell that the WBA give
All right.
the WBA world title.
You got other one, and who got other one?
It was because he went to fight for the WBC in a rematch with Fraser. They was Ernie Terrell went and fought for vacant belt. So I've just standed and corrected myself, but it's I
Don't lose
would
any
love to.
sleep. Ken, don't lose any sleep over that tonight. Even you make mistakes, and you read box rec 22 hours a day.
Apparently, I've got Box Rec as my wallpaper.
You haven't, yeah?
Yeah. Money joking. Money joking.
What boxing pictures have you got up in your bedroom, Kent? Just out of curiosity.
I used to have a massive picture of Hagler and Hearns. It was framed. I had a Lennox Lewis framed picture after the Holyfield fight. So they're my two favorite framed photos. So they are.
Flex Ingles got Arnold and Lou Ferrigno on his wall, pumping iron pictures.
Well, it was the gold here. It was the golden era of bodybuilding.
I
So
thought you were going about the Golden Eagle then, Tom Platz, the Codfather.
I can't be too critical on Flex. It was the golden era of bodybuilding. Like
When I was in Lindholm, every time I was doing any squatting, this kid used to walk by me and used to know you mean. He used to go on, Tom. And I thought, not about him, man. He kept going on it. Every time I was squatting, he used to nicely, Tom. As they were walking by me, I pulled him and said, "Yeah, my name's Russ." Not, Tom, what do you keep calling? He said, "Oh, every time I bump into you at this session, you're always doing your legs. You know, you think you're Tom Platz." That's who's Tom Platz. The show
no
for the
way,
like
no
with
way.
big
You
feet
did
on
you
legs.
you didn't know who Tom Platz was. Get out of here.
Man, I did have to show me a picture. Oh, with a skinny body and 2 tree trunks for legs. Quadfather.
Dave Draper, the bomber, he had great biceps.
Oh, you are.
Preacher curls. Dave Draper, the bomber.
Why? What has he done at Davo?
Dave Draper, the bomber, he had great. He was the biceps.
You'll be going about bomb. He had what?
He had the best biceps apparently at the time.
Yeah. Why have you felt him? He's not on your wall, is he, Kent?
Who else? Meg Manser as well. Dorian Yates.
Oh,
Dorian Yates.
Dorian, with a name like that. God, I thought she was a cleaner in that program on telly or whatever it is, that Essex women.
You've lost it. You're losing it.
I'm losing it with you, Kent.
Yeah.
Billy Joe, is he coming back, Kent? Moving on to other things.
Correction. Yep. Goodness knows, Russell, what network's he going to be on? Who's going to want to take him off? Take him on. What's the roadmap for getting them back? Is it a waste of time? Is there really anybody out there apart from who? To be quite honest with you, who else do you want to see Billy Joe win with other than Eubank Jr.? And that fight's nowhere near as big as it was because he gets smashed up by Beefy Smith.
Well, Billy's not going to come back and go proper route now as you normally do on a comeback, is it? For example, if Billy comes back, I'd like to see him in, we say, a John Ryder, because if John Ryder loses to Canelo, Billy and John Ryder's a credible fight, because Billy, if he beats John Ryder, he can then go back after Canelo, can't he? And correct that loss. So John Ryder's a good fight for him. Plus, they had a good fight the first time. So that's his ticket back into big time, if he wants to be that guy. But if he wants to be this guy coming back for paydays, your Kell Brooks, Conor Benz and all that, you might be able to be for Conor Benz, your Liam Smiths, them gimmick fights, aren't they? Because Liam Smith's not even taking it serious if he's wanted to get in with Eubank. And Eubank and Billy Joe's a bit of a gimmick now, isn't it? Now Eubank's been iced, isn't it, really? Who want to see them come back? Is that a pension fight? Is that where boxing's heading, where we've got to give them pension fights?
Kind of, a lot of fighters do come back
Kell
for those
Brook,
type
Conor
of
Ben,
fights.
all that kind of stuff.
A lot of former champions over years gone by have come back for those type of fights. So it's not something like we haven't seen before. At world level, who do you really want to see Billy Joe in with? Who is there that's going to generate that amount of money? He's not going to go as an side traveling over to America. So, who's he going to fight here? The credibility in the Eubank fight, I don't think it'll draw as well as it did. I don't think Beefy and him would sell either.
Beefy and Billy Joe.
Billy Joe or even Calm Smith.
Could you imagine Billy Joe trying to get into them shorts that he had on for that Canelo fight? They'd cut him in half, wouldn't they?
Even a Calm Smith fight. I don't know. It all depends what
Where's he
network he's
going,
on.
Callum Smith, Kent? He's heading for Skid Row, isn't he?
Well, what was said the last video, he's waiting for the Beterbiev fight. He's waiting for a big cash out fight.
Listen, Callum Smith, right? This is how I look at it. Who's his best 3 wins? Who? Callum Smith's the myth. He's the myth. He's the myth.
But he had that good win against Rocky Fielding. That was a really good win.
Rocky Fielding, lock up your daughters. No. Rocky Fielding's a good, solid Euro stroke world level guy, but it's not a great, massive, big win, is he? It's a good win for Callum Smith. Yeah, but where's his big wins? Is that his biggest win, Rocky Fielding?
You know, the Groves win,
Gold
obviously.
Groves, one arm bandit.
Yeah.
Is that it? So he's been steered through really choppy waters and ended up millionaire with all marbles, but people look at his CV and they go, it's poor. That's bottom line. Poor.
There was the Ryder fight as well. That I thought that Ryder actually beat him in that fight. He got the decision as the champion, but you're right. You know, he's a millionaire. He's made a millionaire out of it, and
I beat, you know.
he WBA champion, super champion, and WBC. I don't think he was full WBC champion. I think he was WBC silver and
Diamond.
WBC diamond, the diamond belt, whatever that is.
The WBA won and Ring Mag, and for him to
Yeah.
get that and all other belts coming through, he did well in because he didn't put his thing out on social media. He wasn't a big ticket seller, and like I said, he's beat Groves and Rocky Fielding, and that's your lot. And Aslan Dam blown up old middleweight, that's your lot. That's it. That's the Callum Smith.
Yeah.
CV. That is it. That's it. There's no there. No,
So
it's like putting your hand in a bag of crisps, isn't it? You know what I mean? And find a couple of crisps left in it. And after you said, "Do you want a crisp, mate?" And you go like that, don't you? There's no left.
as you say there, like Callum Smith's personality isn't going to draw for Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders needs someone he needs someone he's going to clash with in the build up to make it a big fight. A personality of such, but I don't. Personally, I don't know. I don't know what network he's going to be on. I don't think. I think the worst thing to happen was Eubank getting beat by Beefy Smith, and it's just basically any money in that fight is now gone.
That weapon, Max, has just texted me. He says to say hello to you.
All right, Max. Better be training.
You should be in bed now if you're a professional athlete.
You should be training.
We're out of time, mate. But listen, we've had a good one, haven't we?
Good chat.
I get giggles when I see you, Ken. At times, sometimes we have a bit of a laugh, don't we? But
yeah, it was good. It was good bit of crack.
We have a bit of a good laugh, don't we?
We can't take everything too serious sometimes, Russell. Sir, we can't.
Yeah. All right, then. Well, listen. You take care. Have a great weekend. You and your mum. Are you okay? If you're all right.
Aye, dead on. Everything's good, Russell. Thanks.
All right. You take care. God bless.
All the best, Russell. Peace out.
Well, that's about it really for Friday night. I'm going to go make a cup of cocoa and we're going to have a penguin, Rocky, a penguin biscuit. And I'm going to watch White Eats, 1949, James Cagney. Peace out, fight fans. Boy, yeah.
Porky's Corner is proud to be sponsored by Spartan Site Solutions. They are specialists in civil engineering and demolition contracts for the construction industry. Interested parties should visit their website or contact Porky's Corner for a referral at porkycorner@mail.com.